Hey everybody, welcome back to the Full Circle Network. I'm editor-in-chief of FullCircleCinema.com, Jackson Hayes, and today we're going to be discussing all things San Diego Comic-Con. This will be Full Circle Broadcast Episode 4, and today I'm joined by my managing editor, Marcos Melendez.
Hey, what's up, guys? We have a really exciting episode this week. We're going to be discussing, as he said, San Diego Comic Con. It was a very big weekend, and we also have Colin Stetzner.
Hey guys, as always, you can find me on Twitter at Colin Stetzner. Let's start the show.
Plug off the top. He's smart.
This is flag at the top. Okay, that's smart. Before people forget and
Yeah,
click off.
Colin's back.
Plug
You're
me.
back, Colin. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Why don't you hang out with us anymore?
I've only missed like 2 episodes. I did the first one.
Okay, but we've only, done 4 episodes, so...
Why not?
Yeah, it's been like a month, so.
That's all I know. Okay, let's get into it.
Embarrassing.
So off the top, we're going to get into trailers. We're going to get to the Marvel stuff. Obviously, everyone's talking about the Marvel stuff. We're going to get to that a little later. So we're going to start with trailers. There were like a ridiculous amount of trailers dropped. So we're just going to hit some heavy hitters and just discuss them briefly. So let's start with It Chapter 2. Marcus, what do you think of the It trailer?
Yes, that was the very first trailer out of Comic Con, and I will say initially, probably the first 2 days, it was probably my favorite trailer. I think it just completely nailed the tone of what I was like waiting for. All the characters look perfect. They cast all the adult versions of the characters that we loved in the first one perfectly, it seems. I think it's overall big W for them. I think it looks genuinely scary and genuinely funny. So I think that's just everything you wanted. It's there, so I'm very happy. Colin, what do you think?
Yeah, this was, I think, the best trailer of the weekend. I love the first movie. I'm super excited for the direction they're gonna do. This trailer was a lot better than the first one that they did. Not that the first one was bad, but I didn't like that it was 2 minutes of just one scene. I mean, I get it, but it's whatever. But this was a whole lot better, and I'm very excited for this movie. It actually looks a lot scarier. The very first, the part 1 wasn't that scary, honestly. Unless, I don't know if you guys thought it was scary, but I didn't find it that scary. But I'm really hoping this one amps it up. I think it's gonna, but I don't know. It looks good. I'm reading the book right now, so I noticed some stuff in the trailer from the book. So I mean, looks like they're gonna stick to the source material. So I don't know. I'm excited for this. Jackson, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I can just reiterate what you guys said. I think it was definitely up there, one of my top trailers of the weekend. There's one specifically we'll get to later that was definitely my favorite. But yeah, I mean, the scares look good. The cast looks great. I mean, this new cast they brought in to play the aged up losers club. I mean, they look awesome. I mean, who doesn't like Bill Hader and James McAvoy? Jessica Chastain. So yeah, I'm hoping they amp it up and it looks great. And I mean, there's nothing really bad to say about the trailer. So
hold on. You know at the end when he's like chose Pennywise and he's like got all the makeup on him and it's like right.
He looks like
and
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, and his one eye is to the side.
Yeah,
sure.
great.
Did you notice that? He can just do that. Like he can just move his one. Like he can keep one eye forward.
This article I have opened. That's the thumbnail. Is his face with the eye.
He's like he could do that in real life, and that is just so terrifying.
That really makes me happy that they didn't go ahead with that Cameron the eyebrow guy. What's his name? He was originally cast as Pennywise.
Was he really? I didn't know that.
The eyebrow kid.
Eyebrow kid was Pennywise.
Wasn't it Fukunaga when he was attached, it was him who was going to play it, but they moved on to Skarsgård after Andy Muschietti got on.
I didn't know that.
So
dropping facts.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Listen, information. I know things. All right, so let's jump to another sequel. We're going to talk about Top Gun Maverick. That was another fantastic trailer, I thought. I haven't seen the first one. I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it in probably 10 years. Like I was a kid when I first saw it. So I mean, this looks about as good as you can get with a trailer like this. I mean, the visuals look incredible. I mean, Tom Cruise is back. He's doing all the fighting, flying around and all the jet maneuvers. So looks awesome. Colin, let's start with you. What do you think of Top Gun Maverick?
I thought the trailer was good. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, you make a sequel to a movie that came out in the 80s, in 2019, and I mean it's Tom Cruise. He hasn't aged a day, but I mean I don't know. The first one it's so weird. I don't know why. I like
it's so campy.
much. I don't know why everyone likes it so much. It is so campy. All I care about is that Take My Breath Away and Danger Zone.
I mean, it's iconic. Like it's iconic. You can't shit on it.
Kenny Loggins is coming back for it. I know that.
Listen, I'm down for Miles Teller. He looked real, aggressive in this trailer. So I mean, for the couple shots that we got of him, and John Hamm, I like John Hamm. So They at least brought in some heavy hitters. Marcus, what did you think?
I haven't seen the original, so I actually had like
Well, there you go.
little to no
Different
interest
perspective.
Before watching the trailer, I was like, I didn't really care. But then I watched it, I was like, wait, I might have to watch the original. This looks so good, and I think it's mainly because one, Tom Cruise, and then it seems like he's actually flying the jets. And
I think that's what he said, is that this is all legitimate.
Yeah, like it's all real.
They had to figure out how to. I think
So-
he was on Conan, and they said that he had to figure out how to put the cameras in the planes that would withstand the G-force that they're taking, because he's actually flying the planes.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
wild. And it
I
just
can't
looks
believe
so
they let him do
entertaining.
that.
Bro,
looked
it's more
entertaining.
like they had no choice. It's in his contract. He'll do whatever he wants.
It's Tom
Bro,
Cruise.
remember
yeah,
they made a remake of The Mummy, and he demanded that they do that zero G drop. Because, like, in a movie like The Mummy, it wasn't a big budget Mission Impossible movie. It was The Mummy.
What a crazy bastard! I love that guy so much.
You know what I thought was kind of weird? It makes no sense. Like how he's like after all these years, he's still flying jets. Like in the trailer,
He's
it
still
doesn't
just
really
a
make any
captain.
sense.
Yeah, they're like they bring
Yeah.
that up. They're like 20 years later, you're still a captain.
Yeah, we talked about it before the call, but it's always like every movie Tom Cruise does is like there's always someone above him where he should probably be above them by now. Like, how is Ethan Hunt not the head of the Mission Impossible organization? Like, there's always just someone, like Jeremy Renner was above him at one point, and it's like there's always just someone telling him not to do something. He's just like, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, who cares?
Exactly. Another great thing was I think there was some shirtless volleyball scenes
Oh, there
in
absolutely
this
was.
trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna relive that magic moment from the first one,
I
hopefully.
wonder what crazy new hip hop songs they're gonna throw in there for the youth.
Oh, it's got to be a hip hop song.
Oh,
You can't do
100%.
Playing with the Boys again.
Oh no, and I mean you can't do Danger. Maybe you do Danger Zone, but it's gonna be some new stuff. All right, so I guess we'll move on to another one. I guess we'll talk about this one briefly. The project that took Henry Cavill away from Superman. We got The Witcher. Netflix is The Witcher.
Oof.
So let's start with you, Marcos. I'm not very familiar with this. You told me you play a little bit of the game, so I mean, without having a lot of knowledge, like, what did you think of the trailer as like a teaser?
So yeah, as you said, I only played the game, and then it's way too long, so I just stopped, and I didn't get that far. But I knew a little bit. I knew like the main character, Geralt of Rivia, something like that. And yeah, so I watched the trailer, and I think immediately the coolest thing about it is how like well realized it seems. Like they just built this world, and it feels completely like they just nailed the look. They just nailed Henry Cavill as Geralt, who's probably the best part of the trailer. But what I think the thing that I took away most from it, that they're gonna put a lot of focus on the characters, and although this is based on the book and not on the video game, the video game puts a lot of focus on Geralt. It feels like this one is gonna put a lot of focus on. I forgot one of them.
The girl,
one of their names.
the
Yeah,
one girl. I mean, I don't know, but based on the trailer, it seems like it's gonna be focused around this girl and her powers.
yeah, and I think her name is Jennifer. Jennifer with a
Yeah,
with a Y. It's
Jennifer.
kinda weird.
Jennifer didn't make sense, Marcos.
yeah, yeah.
Girl's hanging out with
It's
Jennifer.
It's Jennifer.
Everyone's got
Okay.
these weird mystical names. I'm Jennifer.
Like Yennefer. But yes, Yennefer. I think it just looks interesting. It looks cool. We'll see it, I think, by the end of the year. I don't. It wasn't my favorite thing from the day, from all the trailers, but it's certainly up there. It got me excited. There was another trailer that we're probably gonna talk about after this that probably got me more excited for another show.
Is it Arrow?
No.
God damn it! All right. I liked the Witcher trailer. I didn't love it. I was expecting some bigger names. I haven't been keeping in touch with like who's been cast in the show as much, but it's kind of just Henry Cavill and company, I guess. And I was like, oh, I guess they didn't get a lot of people. The production's insane. Obviously, Henry Cavill's a big star, so it's a draw. But it's just like it didn't like catch me. And I guess because I'm such a huge fan of Game of Thrones, the last season aside, that I'm just like I'm gonna be very picky with what I choose to replace it. And like it just didn't catch me at first. So, Colin, what do you think?
Look, I mean, like, I know like a lot of my friends played the games, growing up, and they all really like them, and I just never played them, so I really have no idea about this. I'm just full on like, it looks cool. Henry Cavill's a big draw, and he looks so fucking jacked in this trailer too. Like, geez, than he did for Superman.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
I think he mentioned it. He said it was like he's way better
Yeah, he
shape
did.
than
He did
compared
say
to
that in
when
an
he was
interview. He
Superman.
said he was bigger than he was for Superman, which I could totally tell. I mean, he looks a little like the wig looks a little weird to me. It's just
Yeah, some
it's just
some
that
shots are a
it's
little
just that
weird.
long hair doesn't really. I don't know. It's maybe just because I know Henry Cavill from other movies and stuff, and that's probably it. It's just like, oh, it's weird to see him with long white hair, but I don't know. I mean, it looks good. Um, the action looks fine. I don't know. It doesn't look. The CGI doesn't look bad even for a trailer. So, I don't know. Netflix is just doing whatever they want, I guess. So, I'm excited for it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right, so I guess we'll move on to the one I think you were alluding to, Marcos. Is that the Dark
Flash.
Crystal?
No.
It's not the Dark Crystal?
No.
Okay, you should have told me before because now I'm just guessing. I guess we'll.
It's Watchmen.
Oh, that's right.
Bro.
It's
You didn't? Did you really?
Watchmen.
Did you
Are
really
Dark
just guessing?
Crystal. I never mentioned Dark Crystal.
I was
in one of
scrolling
these,
down the
not
list
once.
and Watchmen's way down the list. So I was
Oh
like,
my
what
god!
am I? I was
I
like, what,
can't believe you
I was like,
legitimately
what am-
didn't
Bro,
think
it's
it was
another
Watchmen.
show.
I was like, what am I looking for? I completely forgot. Okay, let's talk about Watchmen. Marcos, we'll kick it off with you.
Okay, so this was probably my second favorite trailer. It's
Behind Arrow,
this
right?
looks like the perfect. Yeah, okay. We can talk about Arrow later for your little monologue later. Yeah, I think this is like one of my favorite trailers from San Diego Comic-Con, and I think it's because it just looks like a really cool sequel to the original novel. It doesn't really look like it's gonna undo or like redo things that were in that original graphic novel, but it does seem like it's kind of just going to continue things and kind of see where the story would have gone according to the film, to the what's his name, the creator of the show, Damon Lindelof or something like that.
Damon
Lindelof there, who has been talking about the show for a long time, and every time he talks about it so in depth, so like he cares so much.
Yeah, at this
so
point, I know he cares more than Alan Moore does. Because Alan Moore's a
he
prick.
definitely does.
Alan Moore
Yeah, he
gives
definitely
zero
does.
shits except for he's like, I don't want people to do.
He wants to worship his
continuations."
Lizard King or whatever the hell he's doing. Dude's a weirdo. He's a grade A weirdo.
He created like one of the best graphic novels of all time. It's like,
Yeah, now he
okay.
just craps on it every time he gets a chance.
He's a wizard, I think.
Yeah, with his lizards. He's a wizard.
This
Get
guy's
out
a
of
spell
here.
in the show. But yeah,
So yeah, I mean,
it
yeah,
looks so
it's
good.
great.
I think based on like, and also the Easter eggs, there's like a ton. They show Dr. Mahan at the very end. They show him on Mars. We get some sneak peeks of the new characters. The main, I forgot her name, of course, because I don't have
Regina King.
Regina King. She looks so good in the show. I'm really like
Come
she's
on
like the
now.
main character. We do see this little part. I think I was talking to Jacob Campbell the other day about it, and because he also read
Jacob
the graphic
Campbell.
novel. Yeah, he's not even here, but his presence is felt. It's very much felt.
Do you think Jacob liked Oscar Isaac's cameo in Into the Spider-Verse?
That's a deep cut there?
I liked it.
It's a good one.
That's an
Good
inside
one.
joke there.
I enjoyed
Yeah,
it
there's a little inside
personally.
joke, huh?
If you leave a comment on this video, I'll tell you the joke. How about that?
leave a comment, we'll explain it.
I'll
Anyways.
explain it, the whole thing to you.
Yeah, we'll do it.
It's a pretty good
Anyways,
story.
So in one part they do show it kind of looks like they're gonna flash back to the ending of the Watchmen novel when the
Yeah,
big
the monster shows up. Yep,
Yep,
that monster
it
shows
seems
up.
like they're gonna
No
show
doubt.
that. I assume they're gonna show some characters that are in the show and then how they were affected by it, which is always cool. I want to see that. Overall this got and there's one big thing that's like very apparent throughout the trailer that I am gonna assume some people are not gonna like, but I think it's a really interesting and realistic take, is how these people, you can tell all the people with the Rorschach masks after, like, I guess he died in the original, they kind of like took his they probably found his journal and
They found his novel. They found the
They found
war
his journal.
And
yep,
they're definitely,
and now they're like
yeah.
a cult, and obviously this is probably in
It's probably
so,
like
you know.
30 years later. Like
Yeah.
Ozymandias is pretty old, maybe 20, 30 years later.
yeah, probably. And I assume this is kind of like a reference to the modern day alt-right groups, and it definitely does seem like
100%, 100%.
which is something that's so realistic, because you can, if you read the original novel, Rorschach is not he's kind of a bad person, but not really. You can understand how a group of people would completely misinterpret what he's saying, and the fact that he actually went through it, I know that people are just not gonna accept it. They're gonna be like, "Wow, this is propaganda." But I think that it's so realistic, and at first I wasn't into it, but now that I really think about it, I think it's just probably the best way to send it and ground it now. What do you guys think?
That was a lot to take in, Marcos. You said a lot
Yeah.
of things. I really dug it. It's obviously not a sequel to Snyder's Watchmen, which some people will be upset about, but you can tell it's very very it's aligning itself more with the novel than with the movie, and I'm super interested. I'm super down for this. With all the shows that are starting to go off the air, like this is one of those ones where it's just like this has an opportunity to really like pick up the mantle and become one of the better shows on TV if it does what it can. and I'm really interested. It has a great cast, a lot of interesting turns it could take. So, great trailer. Definitely one of the best at Comic-Con. Colin?
Yeah, Margot said a whole lot. Honestly, my biggest hope is that the giant monster is the Snyder Cut. But
we can only hope.
look, anyways,
Oh God, we can only pray.
I've been excited about this since our own Jacob found every possible
Jacob
set
Campbell.
leak photo back when we were at
Every leak.
Super Bowl movies. Every week he had a new
What?
photos.
What? What'd you say? I don't recognize that name.
Yeah.
Super
I don't
Coffee
know. I
Beans
don't know about that.
Bros movies.
Ah, there you go.
Super-
Oh, I get it. I get it
Oh,
now.
okay.
I
Okay.
get it.
Anyways,
deep cut.
yeah, deep cut. Jackson will explain that joke too if you comment on the video.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I will.
Uh,
Most jokes are on tap today if you comment on the video.
Anyways, so it's been interesting. Look, I don't have HBO, so I'm probably not gonna watch this. If we're being honest, I would like to watch this.
Montana ain't treating you right
It's
out
the
there.
same thing as Game of Thrones. Like, I wanted to watch it, but I didn't have HBO, so I don't. I mean, look,
God damn.
Get a free trial.
I will get free trial when the whole thing's out. Okay.
Yeah, just wait for the
Yeah,
season
when
to
the
end.
season
and
ends, I'm
get
gonna
the
get a free trial and just binge watch it all.
All right. So we ready for the big trailer? We ready for the big one?
Oh God.
Is it time? You guys ready?
I think so.
No, we talking Arrow, boy. We talking Arrow. The final season of Arrow, season 8 trailer. Oh, it was so emotional. It was so good. Every moment, every single moment. Most, like 75% of it was like flashbacks, but it made you feel so emotional because it's been such a long journey.
If you guys
And,
want to
they-
skip this segment, this like we'll put it like a little
Hey,
timer.
we got your goddamn Watchmen
My
manifesto,
Watchmen
all right?
monologue.
You just kept talking. All right, but Arrow's coming to an end.
Okay.
It's almost over. Oliver Queen's gonna die in Crisis, so this is the last we'll get of him.
Dude, spoilers.
So spoilers, guys. Come on, it's gonna be great. Colin, did you see the Arrow trailer?
Yes, I did see the Arrow trailer. You think I'd leave you out on the CW talk?
Oh, let's go.
Sad.
I watched it just for that because I was like, oh, we're gonna do a podcast, so I gotta watch the Arrow one, even though I don't really watch Arrow all that much. I don't know. I mean, like, look, it made me sad too. It was like, oh, this is, it's ending. Like, this has been happening since I was in high school, man. Like, that's so crazy, and it spawned off.
Oh, I know. Like, yeah, I started this in the early high
Yeah,
school.
it spawned off so many other. I mean, like, look, we're getting Crisis, and look how big Crisis has gotten.
Yeah, if we didn't have Arrow, we would not have Crisis.
Exactly.
Like, that's just how it goes. Like, I mean, that's just how it works now.
Look.
And, it's a bummer.
Which
It's
sucks.
a bummer.
Spoilers, I
Arrow
wrote.
didn't exist. We want to get it.
Spoilers, I wrote the crossover this season, so he dies.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he dies.
Oh, man. I was hoping they'd pull a
I mean,
fake
it's
out.
pretty obvious from last season, but anyways,
I mean, they kind of, like, there's a gravestone. They gotta tell us.
basically confirmed. But anyways, I mean, look, I don't know what to think. This is, like I said, I'm not as invested in Arrow as you are, but still,
Well, I don't know how I'm gonna live in a world without Arrow.
hopefully
Like,
the CW
in my-
verse is just destroyed after this.
In my dream world, like I'm standing next to Stephen Amell, and then he hands me the bow and says, you don't have to live without him.
Yeah, okay, but
And
do you have any sleeves on?
I have 4 sleeves on. I have 4 jackets on. I have mega sleeves.
What?
Oh yeah, another deep cut joke. All right, let's go on to the one actually people want to talk about. So we've gotten through all of these. How long we've been
The Flash?
We've been out of it for about. I mean, sure.
Can
talk about
I
Flash?
just
Go
talk
for
about the Flash for a second? Yeah, that trailer looked bad, and the Flash should
Say your
feel
piece.
it?
bad.
Bad.
You haven't been good
It's
in
been good
years.
3 years.
Cancel yourself.
Arrow only took a 2-season break. Flash has fallen off a cliff, man. It's just
I'd
fallen off a
rather
cliff.
watch Supergirl than you. How does that make you feel?
Jeez, that's the worst.
Black
thing you
Lightning
could've
is
said.
10 times the show you are.
Oh, Marcos, do you have any CW takes?
Yeah. I
No?
mean, I didn't
Okay,
say
moving
that.
on.
Wait, I'm gonna mention. I didn't think the trailer was terrible, but I also know that
What-
the story they're trying to.
Why would you even? Why would you put that word even near it?
But I know the story that they're trying to adapt is so recent in comics that they run out of ideas so quickly. Even though
Oh, you're talking about Flash.
yeah,
I
I'm
thought you were talking about Arrow.
Flash. Oh well, that's
Oh,
that's
well,
shit too.
Oh, God damn it!
I just
It's all trash. Okay. Moving
Titans
on.
garbage. Okay.
Now we're gonna talk
Titans
about a
sucks.
real masterpiece. If I think.
Okay,
what you're
we
gonna
are. We're gonna.
masterpiece.
We're gonna. No, we're gonna talk about the real trailer that everybody was here for. That took everyone off guard. That stopped Comic-Con in its tracks
It
for
did.
almost
It
a
honestly
full
did.
day. There wasn't much news coming. Was it Saturday? Was it early Saturday?
No,
No,
Or was
it
it
was-
Friday?
This was
Was it
Friday.
Friday?
This was a
Okay,
Friday.
it was Friday.
Wait, no, it
So
was
it was
Thursday
dead?
night. It was supposed to come out on Friday.
Yeah,
but it
I
was
think-
Thursday night. Then everyone's talked about it Friday.
That's right. So Thursday night, it had been dead all day. And then Friday, it was dead all day. We didn't get anything real until Saturday. It was just, small news piece here, a little trailer there. Oh, Top Gun, how nice, that's cool. Then the Cats trailer comes out. And, guys, I didn't
want to live in a world where this existed.
Why? Why did they do this?
I would have preferred them just to do like how they looked in the play, like in the
Yeah, I
musical.
don't understand.
That would have been so much better than what they did.
About 20 minutes after the trailer dropped, I saw somebody do a quick Photoshop where they just put some whiskers and put like a cat face on these people, and it looked 1,000 times better. Like it looked so much unbearable. It's the human faces on a cat body that's a human body. It's a human body with a cat like fur is basically what it is.
It's
And
exactly
just
what it is.
a
It's so
tail,
Uncanny
and
Valley.
Oh my god, is it awful? If watching The Lion King upset you, like if the way the mouse moved and stuff, like this has to be like a nightmare, like the actual nightmare of all nightmares.
I just
I will say, I was the one that tweeted from the Full Circle account, and before even tweeting it, I saw like the thumbnail, and it scared me. If I'm being honest, I was like, wait, like it scared me to the point where I tried to tweet it and not look. Like it was bad. It was just, and it was also the main character because it looks so creepy, and just watching the trailer, it's like it was almost like an out of body experience. You're like, wait, is this real? Is this actually happening? Like this is where the point that we've gone to. Like, forget Lion King. This is like the real Cats. This is it. You didn't get enough emotion from Lion King. This is human cats. And yeah, it looked awful.
The only people that looked like remotely good were Ian McKellen and was it Judi Dench.
Judi Dench,
yeah,
yeah, two older people.
Yeah.
Elba
Those
didn't
are
look
the
bad.
only ones that
Elba
looked
didn't
good.
look bad, but we only got like one quick shot of him. It was Jason Derulo and Jennifer
He looked
Hudson
weird.
that were aggressively bad. Jennifer Hudson's last still at the end was, oh my god.
The main person is weird too. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Well, it's because like we don't recognize her, so I guess it's not as easy to like pull her
Yeah.
out. But like it doesn't look good. It still looks bad. Like it doesn't. It looks like someone's trying to Photoshop a human face onto like a weird cat body. It's not working. It just doesn't work.
I didn't know
And
this
the music
was
is
happening.
weird. The way their mouths move, like oh.
I didn't know this was happening until, like, I heard about it on the Weekly Planet, and they had a big long discussion about, what do you think they'll look like? And I just them talking about that didn't prepare me for what this was at all.
No, because like I remember some castings, but I didn't know it was. I thought it was like a musical, like
just
not like a theater
musical.
play, but like I thought they were just like recording like a theater play kind of thing. Like they were just like doing a more movie version, not like a full on like big budget animated like VFX kind of thing. Because it looks horrible. God, does it look horrible? And, like the things that people can achieve, like what Andy Serkis and that team did with the Planet of the Apes movies, is to me like the gold standard. Like even what Marvel has done with Thanos in the last couple of years, like those are the gold standards. Like it's not, if you have the money, it's there. But it's clear they're not spending the money, and it's absolutely terrifying. It's worse than Sonic. It's so much worse than Sonic, and that was bad enough.
Yeah.
Sonic was amazing. I don't know
But we have. Oh, that's also
He
true.
had teeth, Colin. Come on.
I don't
Human
like these. This is also the standout from the trailers. Definitely got to be James Corden and Rebel Wilson. They look fantastic.
Oh God, what was Rebel Wilson doing?
Robert Wilson looked fine. James Corden looked.
Yeah, he was
He looked
terrifying.
terrifying.
Creepy. He was
Like, did you guys-
scary.
Did you guys see that video of someone set it to like the theme from
Yes.
Us?
It fit perfectly how
violence.
horrible it was.
That was so creepy.
I mean, everyone was talking about it as soon as it came out. It kind of just took Twitter by storm, at least for that Friday.
Look, what's that saying? All press is good press. I know that's not. Yeah, I just can't.
All press
Right,
is
that
good
was trying-
press.
yeah,
I
yeah,
guess.
all press is
I
good press.
I guess that's it.
Like I guess
Something like that.
And I think this will boost the box office in the way
I
that people
guess.
go watch it to be like, what the hell is it? Like, what am I watching? I'm not going to be one of those people, to be honest with you. Where I don't like
Yeah,
wasting
because
my
I
money.
like my life.
Yeah, come on, make
Should've got Hugh
and they're just
Jackman.
redoing
His
the same
musical's
songs that
too
everybody
good.
knows from the musical, I guess. So I'm very not on board with this. I'm just not on board with this.
It just
It has to be upwards of 100 million. It has to be
why-
more than that. With that
How
cast,
much do you think they're spending on this?
you're right. It has to be upwards of $100 million.
Well,
Because
look
like
at the
it looks like
cast.
it doesn't
Yeah.
look like they're
The
on
cast alone.
sets. It looks like they've visually, they're like creating these sets because they're smaller. They're supposed to be smaller.
Mhm.
Right, it's not a cat world.
yeah,
it's a
they made
human
all those
world that
sets.
these
It looks so
human-like
Yeah,
cats
they're
are
smaller
living in.
than the.
This is like a car situation where like the world's been destroyed and now tiny cats, human-like cats are like are living in the world. So, I'm all over the place with it, to be honest with you. Honestly,
Good thing we're honest here.
I mean, it probably will be.
Look, it's gonna
It
be
is
top 10
Christmas
of the
this
year.
year.
But every year it
It
comes out. I don't know if it's
opens
coming out
against
this
Star
year, but
Wars.
it's gonna be top
It
10.
opens against Star Wars, Colin.
I don't think it's gonna get some Oscar noms. Oh, woo. Imagine being that fucking stupid. You know you're not gonna make any money. I'd rather see Star Wars 20 times. In
All right,
theaters
so
before I
let's
saw
get into the
Cats
palate
once.
cleanser then. I think
Okay.
we've trashed cats enough. I think we're here to talk about what everybody wants us to talk about is the Jay and Silent Bob reboot and the Arrow trailer.
Jay and Silent Bob.
No, we're going to talk about the Marvel panel. So I think we're just going to go quickly through, not quickly, but we're going to go through every single Phase 4 announced project, and there's 10 of them, 5 Disney Plus series and 5 movies over the course of 2 years, 2020 and 2021. So let's just kick it off let's do it in order. Let's just kick it off with Black Widow. So we got the director Kate Shortland out. We got the cast confirmed. I mean, they'd already been reported, but we got their roles confirmed. And then they showed a little teaser. We didn't have the pleasure of watching it because we weren't in attendance. But and nobody leaked it because people
And
hate
no one
the world.
leaked it.
But so let's start there. What were you guys' major takeaways from the Black Widow portion, and are you more excited for the movie after seeing the panel?
After seeing the concept art and like hearing about the footage that was shown, I'm actually really interested now. I wasn't like interested at all, to be honest, before, but from the sounds of it, from the looks of it, it's gonna be taking place just after Civil War, which is weird. It's interesting. You think? I thought it was gonna take place in those 5 years.
They do this all the time. I mean, they pick random,
I mean,
random
yeah.
dates.
I mean, it works.
I mean, it's fine. It's not like out of the realm of what they've done before to just pick a random set of years and just put it then.
But yeah, I think the fact like there's gonna be so many Black Widows in the movie, and all the Black Widows,
How many Black Widows do you think they're going to be in the movie?
dozens of Black Widows.
7. Wait, how many
6, 8,
legs?
whatever.
how many legs
That
spiders
would be
have?
too good
8
if they
or
counted
6?
if it did that.
There's a lot of Black Widows.
6.
Okay,
There'd
so
be that
Colin,
many
same
Black
question to you. Are you guys? I know you weren't totally on board with this, so did this get you any more excited?
Nah.
Wow, tough crowd.
Look, I mean,
That's
like,
rad.
cool Black Widow movie. Yeah, I mean, like, it'll be
I
good.
mean,
Like, I'm gonna
compared
watch
to
it.
everything else we got, I understand how it's not.
No, and it's the lamest thing we got. And there's, well, no, I wouldn't say it's the lamest thing we got. But
there's like 2 other things I would argue are probably lesser.
Loki's lamer, I think.
I think What If is also kind of it's animated. It's not,
Look, what if for being a part of the phase is lame? I will say that. But anyways, look, like she's just dead, and I'm just I want to move on to some new things in the MCU, and like continue some stuff, obviously, like Doctor Strange. But just like, why do we need a Black Widow movie?
I mean,
like, it's cool that you're like, now I want to give her, like Kevin Feige, you're like, now I want to give her her movie, which okay, whatever, but why? She's dead. People are gonna be somewhat confused, honestly. Like the casual moviegoers are gonna be like, well, wait, didn't she die? I mean, it's whatever. The cast is good. I'm excited for the cast. It is Taskmaster's the villain. Shout out to Ernesto. But
he is the villain.
he is the villain, and I just think that's a waste of Taskmaster unless you're gonna keep him around.
Oh, come on, Colin. Let him fight in the movie, then be judge. Listen, I really dig the cast. I love David Harbour. I think
The
Florence.
cast is great.
I think Florence
The cast
Pugh's a
is awesome.
fantastic up and comer. I think she's going to do some great things. I mean, Rachel Weisz is.
She is. Did you guys see Midsummer?
I didn't, but I saw Fighting with My Family, and she was great in that.
God, Midsummer.
Okay. So I mean, it's on the lower half of things that I was excited about, but it's definitely still up there for me. Then in the fall of 2020, we're going to be getting The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan came out to promote that. We got a little video from Daniel Bruhl, which he then released stills of today, or yesterday, of Baron Zemo's new look. So, Colin, we'll start with you this time. Did this panel get you any more excited for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, I was kind of excited, before, but this was also before, like, like, um, this wasn't like no one knew this was going to be a part of like a phase, right? No one
We
assumed
didn't.
these TV shows were going to be a
No, we
part
didn't
of the
know they'd be part of
phases.
the phase announcement. I think we
Yeah,
did like a couple hours before the actual panel opened because Stan and Mackie were in attendance, and so we realized it was part of it at that point. But yeah, so we knew it was a show. We didn't know they were going to market it as part of the phase of the movie, which is really interesting.
yeah. Well, that's a shock, and that even makes me like more excited. Like, wow, this could actually have some like bigger connections, which a lot of people always have complained about with Marvel television, like not connecting to anything. Not that I've cared. Like, look, Daredevil's been fantastic and will be one of the greatest shows of all time. But I mean, like, and then they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna bring back Zemo." I was like, "Oh, oh no, let's do this." And then they were like, "Oh, we showed a clip. Oh, he's got his helmet on." I was like, oh, even better.
I mean,
And
come
then
on, he's the
the
perfect
stills
villain.
come out.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, you can't really tell, but he still looks like it's gonna be so good. And I mean, I'm anxious to see if, like, are they gonna call him Falcon still? I mean, no, I know the title of the show is obviously Falcon, but are people gonna like think he's Cap? Like, is he gonna be? I'm also really excited to see is this guy, is he Captain America now?
Oh yeah,
He's got the
yeah,
shield.
absolutely.
Is he taking that mantle, or is what's the deal with this?
I mean, to me, I feel like this is going to be his transition phase where he like realizes how he needs to pick it up, rather than because just picking up the shield doesn't make you Captain America. Like that's the whole thing.
No,
That's the whole thing
no,
about
exactly.
about Steve Rogers. So I think Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson's going to realize that in his own right. So Marcos, same to you.
I'm gonna say that I'm still very excited for the show. I don't think like anything other than Baron Zemo really like made me more pumped for it, but I was already like excited. So other than that, like the cast is good. They're getting
The
a lot
logo,
of
the
people back.
new logo
Yeah,
is
the
pretty
logo's
good.
really good, and it has the Captain America shield on it. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna be prominent.
Yeah.
Right, and we're finally gonna get some Sharon Carter stuff. I mean, she's been underutilized in the movies, and I mean, I didn't need her back, but if this is the place they're gonna bring her back, I'm interested to see where they take her with it. So,
Sharon and Bucky.
Yep.
so
Okay.
that'd be
Interesting.
that's a whole other creepy thing, but okay.
I'm starting that ship right here.
Oh, Jesus, I
Sharon
love
and
Bucky.
Bucky.
Credit for it. All right, so yeah, I think we already knew most of the things about Falcon and Winter Soldier. So there's not really anything new, um, to like get really pumped up about. But the next one, I think there was definitely a few things to get pumped up about, and that is coming November 6th, 2020, and that would be Chloe Zhao's Eternals. We got the cast confirmed. Not a lot of major surprises, other than Brian Tyree Henry, who hadn't been reported to be in the cast. And, he's a fantastic actor who's basically in everything now. And we got Richard Madden, Angelina Jolie, Salma Hayek, Kumail Nanjiani, and then I'm blanking on the last two who are playing two minor characters. But the cast looks awesome. So Marcos, we'll start with you this time. What did you think of the Eternal panel?
I was mildly interested beforehand. I think after it, I'm slightly more. I think just because of the cast and how they described it, but I haven't like really seen much of it, and I also haven't read any of the comics.
Colin, what did you think about Eternals?
I mean, unlike Marcos, I was always excited for this one. Like, see, I was just complaining about not having new stuff and keeping with Black Widow. Like, this was the complete opposite. This was what I wanted to see. I wanted the cast announcement. I wanted maybe a little more of a look or information about the Eternals. And you know what? We got it. And I'm really excited for this. The cast is stellar.
Oh, it's
I
insane! It's one of the best ensembles ever put together for a movie. At
Exactly.
least the first movie in Guardians of the Galaxy had a lot of big actors now, but back then they weren't as big. These are like A-listers, like Jolie and Salma Hayek. That's huge.
This is what I thought was going to be the best part. I thought Eternals was going to steal the show for me, and it did do a lot of that. But I mean, it's not my favorite announcement of the movie so far. I mean, we'll get back to that, but it's definitely my second favorite announcement of these movies. Like, I was shocked, but the cast. I mean, like, there was rumors, obviously, like Angelina Jolie, and God, I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong. Kumail
Nanjiani.
Yeah, Kumail.
Yeah,
Kumail
Richard Madden. They were all reported.
Yeah, Richard Madden. Those were all the rumors. I mean, like, the ones that I remember hearing about, and that's why I was like, I'm more than fine with that. I didn't think they'd get Angelina Jolie. I really
there were
didn't.
rumors that the deal had fallen through and it hadn't really gotten finalized, and some people thought Hayek may be in her role and they might have switched, but no, they got Angelina Jolie.
Not that I'm like a giant fan of her.
No, but just the name.
But still, just the name. I was like, wow. Richard Madden was definitely. I'm glad he.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
he's
who I
your
thought
guy.
Icarus was going to be
He's
from
gonna
the
be.
beginning.
Yeah, he's gonna be the guy. He's gonna be the face of this
Yeah.
franchise for sure.
And look, I mean, I'm excited for this. I'm so excited for this. It's going to be so different and
You know what's weird is like
cool.
the feeling is so much different because in 2013 when like the trailers for Guardians started coming out, it was like
Hmm.
what is this? Like I don't even know what this is. Like who are these people? And it's like I went and saw it
Exactly.
and then I was like blown away. But this is like kind of the opposite. Me going in, it's like I know this is going to be incredible. Like
Well,
I know like what they're setting up right now. And that concept art that was released of the Celestials. Oh my god, dude, that looks like
they look
it
they
looks
look weird.
it looks
Like
wild.
kind
It
of
looks
creepy.
wild.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like I'm ready for I know I haven't seen The Rider, but everyone talks really highly of Chloe Zhao's movie, and I'm definitely gonna check it out before Eternals comes out. But she looked really excited to be there and like excited to be part of the process. So I'm more than excited for Eternals, to be honest.
Look, and like you said, you were like Guardians of the Galaxy, like, oh, like what is this? Like that, like the only reason I saw that movie at the time really was because I was like, oh, the soundtrack kicks ass, and I was like, it's a Marvel movie, I'll go see it. And and the same thing with this one. It's like, yeah, this is gonna be even possibly like almost. I mean, I don't know if it'll be weirder than Guardians of the Galaxy. There's a
I mean, it's
talking
possible.
tree and
It's possible.
a talking raccoon, but I mean, it sounds just out there too. Like I never would have thought like I would be seeing an Eternals property in
Well,
theaters in
even if you'd asked
a little over a year.
if you'd asked me back after I saw Guardians, you'd be like, oh, they're making an Eternals movie. I'd be like, what the hell is that? Like what?
Exactly.
Like, where are we go? What are we doing here? But now it's just like, oh, you're giving me that, and then honestly, transitioning right from this and apologies, Marcos's power went out, so hopefully he'll be back in a second. But if not, he had to leave because his power went out to his recording. So it should be he should just be cut out. But just so you're aware, he didn't disappear. But yeah, so like we transitioned from one thing to another weird thing that people probably don't know about. That's Shang-Chi, and this subtitle gets me all sorts of pumped up. And the
Oh, I know.
Legend of the Ten Rings. Like Colin, come on, come on.
That was rumor around right for a while there.
It was
like
rumored,
it was going to involve the Mandarin.
right? There was
and the Ten
rumors
Rings.
going around the Mandarin was going to appear. That it was going to involve the Ten Rings, and it was going to be a basically like pseudo sequel to Iron Man 3. And people were like, "Oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're going to do that." And then they came out here, and before the panel, they full on showed footage of the Mandarin and the Ten Ring Easter eggs from the MCU, and then the logo pops up, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. They revealed Tony Leung, who's a huge Chinese actor, is going to be playing the Mandarin, the actual real Mandarin. And I mean, come on, like this is crazy.
I didn't think we were gonna like. There was that rumor for a while there too that like Marvel was like, we need to get this cast so we can announce this at Comic-Con, and it came out also like they're like, oh, things broke down, like we're not gonna get any casting, and then they announced 3 cast members.
Right, we got
I
Awkwafina.
know of at least 3. Yeah.
Aquafina, who we don't know who she's playing, and then Sumi Louis. I'm going to learn how to pronounce his name. He's a Canadian Chinese actor.
You have to.
Who is going to be playing Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu.
Shang-Chi himself.
And
yeah.
I mean, just by his Twitter account, dude, like this guy is
His Twitter
this guy's
account is
so fun.
gold so
This
far.
guy is like, I watched his part of the panel where he went on there. He just seems so excited, and so he told everyone he signed on Tuesday. He was there by Saturday. He'd only screen tested the past Sunday, so in a week, this
God.
man had become a face of a Marvel franchise. Like, and like it was obvious he was like, kind of shell shocked about it, but like everyone was so excited to see him, even though he got a standing ovation. No one in there knew who he was.
No, I don't know who this guy is. I mean, he's in some really popular TV
Yeah,
show.
Kim's
I think.
Convenience. I'd never really heard of it. People
never
say
heard
good
of it.
things about it, but I'd never heard of it.
But I was like, whatever. I wanted a Shang-Chi casting because I was
Oh,
they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
we're gonna go with an unknown. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I don't care. I trust you to do whatever you want with the cast. Like, but I mean, wow. This whole thing. Like, I wasn't like Shang-Chi. I was like, okay, cool. That'll be all right. But now I'm like,
Well, dude,
just even with that subtitle, I'm
this is
more
what
like,
they do.
ooh,
It's
like,
what they
give me
do.
this.
Like they say. Like I remember when it was reported that they're developing a Shang-Chi movie, and apparently it's been like in the works for decades, almost 20 years, and it's like.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like, who is this guy? Like, who is this character? And to me, I'm really hoping that this movie's going to right the wrongs of Iron Fist and what it did to Netflix. Just how atrocious the Kung Fu was and how bad it was for, like, that mystic part of the MCU. Like, just, like, this is going to right all the wrongs of Iron Man 3, and it's going to right all the wrongs of Iron Fist.
How bad is it that, I mean, Daredevil, supposed to be some white guy, was better at Kung Fu than...
He was so much better.
Well,
He
and also,
leaps
I mean,
bounds
another
with
white guy
Right,
but who was
right, but he was a master of
trained
kung
and
fu,
raised,
trained in
master of kung
Kunlun.
fu.
The mystic city of Kunlun. Come on, like it was atrocious.
Look, there's that rumor that Kevin Feige is a big fan of like the Bruce Lee 1970s and 60s kung fu movies, and that he wants to do Shang-Chi like that. And if he does, I will be full on board for that. Just make this movie outrageous. I would love it.
It's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be absolutely incredible. So next up, we're gonna jump to something that they promised to is gonna be really weird. That they came up. Kevin Feige came up. He said this is gonna be one of the weirdest things we've ever done, and he brings out Elizabeth Olsen and he brings out Paul Bettany and he, discusses WandaVision, and I'm really on the fence about this. But from what the rumors are coming around, that this series is going to focus on like Wanda and her abilities, and the fact that this, it's like supposed to be like a 50s aesthetic, that she has created some reality in which Vision is still alive and she has children. The possibilities that go from there are incredible based on like what we know about her character from the comic books. So, obviously they didn't announce a lot other than One Piece. We'll get to in a second, but which was really confusing in a way, but exciting. But so, Colin, what are you thinking about WandaVision?
Look, I think we were all thinking this at the end of Endgame. I mean, you didn't think of it right away. You maybe on the ride home, you were like, huh. I mean, Vision is still dead. I mean, people probably, I thought that, and then I thought, well, WandaVision, man, like that's getting a TV show. So, I mean, it's still kind of weird, but like obviously now we know for sure, like she's definitely just creating her own little world, where it's going to be like the comics where she has like the two kids probably with, I'm assuming they're only going to do two, but I don't know. And it's going to be like a 50s aesthetic. Like, I don't know. What is, Kim Feige said this is going to be weird. And
he said it's going to be one of the weirdest things they've ever done, which is like saying a lot given that, it's a show about two characters we already know and they're not all that weird. Like they're weird, but it's a comic book universe, so they're not that weird. Movies. No, they're not that weird at all.
No. Compared to, like, say the Guardians of the Galaxy, they're not weird at all.
Like, no, but just because he's an android and she's like a witch, it doesn't make it that weird. Like compared to everyone else.
We haven't seen anything super weird from these two characters.
No, but they both have like really ripe opportunity to be weird, like to be really weird.
And they haven't made them weird. So this makes me like, look, you can make her really weird after this whole like loss. I mean, she's lost her brother. How cool would it be if Quicksilver was alive in this? That'd be cool.
Man, they got Aaron Taylor Johnson back.
That'd be awesome.
But one addition that did like really like throw me off my, like, this was one of the weirdest things that come out of this, and there's a lot of weird things that came out during this panel, is the fact that grown-up Monica Rambeau is going to be in this show. Like, where the hell is that?
I'd completely forgotten about that.
Right, like I remember that, and I was like, wait, what?
Oh my god!
Like what is she doing? Obviously, like I feel like she's going to be a major character moving forward, and she's going to show up in other things, and I assume Captain Marvel too when that comes out in Phase 5.
She's got to have and she's got to have powers.
Right, absolutely,
no doubt.
absolutely. But where does she fit in this show? I don't know, because we don't know enough. We don't know enough, so it's just
why would she even why would she even be connected to WandaVision at all? Like.
Right, I mean, there's really no way to know until we see it, but obviously Kevin Feige had some reason to throw her in there. That was honestly the biggest mystery of this entire thing to me. Was like, where does Monica Rambeau fit
I'd even forgot about that. Like, what is she gonna do in this?
I was like, did they bring her out in the wrong panel? Like, did they mean to bring her out in this one?
like they were gonna announce Captain Marvel too, and they.
She's like, wait, this is WandaVision? I'm not in this.
Nah. The Marvel's writer room's just scrambling now, trying to figure out how to fit Monica Rambeau into Vision because Kevin Feige screwed up on stage.
So that show is going to transition right into another thing, which is so insane how like the connective tissue of this universe is going to work, where they go from this Disney Plus series about WandaVision and say the events of this TV show, are going to transition directly into this next movie.
Yeah,
and then
Kevin Feige was. I think he said this will directly impact this next movie.
Right, the events will play directly into it, which is like, what? And that's going to be Doctor Strange in the
multiverse of madness.
All right, Marcos is back, everybody.
Speaking of multiverses, this is the universe where Marcos came back.
This is Earth 2 Marcos.
Yay.
we had to get him on the call.
I'm back.
All right, so Marcos, we'll start off with you since we've been talking for 10 minutes straight.
Nice.
So, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Obviously, it's a fantastic title, but what are you thinking about the movie? Elizabeth Olsen is in it. It's going to be horror-themed, from what we heard from
Yeah,
Scott Derrickson.
so I think out of all of the projects they kind of just announced, this is probably the one I have most hype for.
Ooh,
Not only
hot
because
take.
I really like the first movie. Some people like to criticize
Or
it,
snooze
and I
fest.
understand it. But I just love it anyways. And I think this one's just gonna be way better. I think Scott Derrickson is gonna be able to just go all out with horror, with just getting to all the craziness of the comics, of all the magic, and obviously the title hints at that, which is probably the best movie title of all time. Like, come on, like that subtitle is like next level.
It may be the best, but it's gonna murder my SEO over the next couple years.
It will,
and I'm gonna
but
be
like
mad about
Yes.
it.
It will, yeah, honestly. And I think the addition of Scarlet Witch and then how that is gonna like feed from the WandaVision series is actually really interesting. And I think another thing I'm finding very interesting now with all the sequels is now there's gonna be a lot more space in between them. Like it's been quite a few years since first Doctor Strange movie.
By the time this comes out, it was about 5 years, which is a long time.
Yeah, it's a very long time, but at the same time we've seen him in like 2 movies very recently. So I
Right.
think that
We've been around.
it's
We've
also
hung out
fine.
with him.
But now that he's, the Sorcerer Supreme, it's going to be like the whole new thing. And I don't know if they confirmed it in the panel, but I believe Nightmare is going to be the villain.
Yeah, I think
I know
Derrickson mentioned
nothing
that.
of him, but it sounds horror like I feel like that's going to be kind of scary. If anything was going to be
Yeah,
scary.
well, it got Jacob excited, and knowing what
Yeah.
I know about Jacob, I'm pretty sure that means it's pretty cool.
Probably.
So,
Okay,
I don't know.
Colin, yeah, what about Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness?
Like I said, how Eternals was gonna be my most hype. This stole the stage for me, man.
Wow,
like,
you guys, jeez.
Let's
look-
go.
The first Doctor Strange, yeah, you know what, kind of boring. But then Infinity War came out, and that made me appreciate the character more, and so I appreciate his first movie more. And so I'm more excited for this, and the fact that they're gonna make this a horror story, which is even crazier, and the fact that WandaVision is gonna play right into this, and Scarlet Witch is gonna be in this, which people have been clamoring
Oh
for.
God, they won't stop talking.
That's all
about
you
it.
see on Stan Twitter is get
Yeah, yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen in Doctor Strange 2, and I'm like, I don't care, just make it a good movie. Just give me Doctor Strange 2 already. But that's the worst part about this is that I have to wait, 2 more years to watch this after. I mean, look, I don't think anyone didn't like Doctor Strange more after Infinity War.
No, absolutely.
I think that was a big boost for the character.
One of the best parts of the movie.
Well, and I think they aren't capitalizing on that, and maybe they look. I think it would have been too soon to do that as the first movie in this phase 4.
I think so.
But
I don't think Black Widow was the right move either. I feel like it should have been a Turtles or Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
just to give it that
Yeah,
boost
she
of
just
a new property.
But maybe you should have put Doctor Strange a little earlier in there, just because, I don't know, just to capitalize maybe on making the character even more popular.
I mean, no, that's
But,
totally fair.
I mean, that's just, I don't know, a business standpoint. I don't know. I'm not Kevin Feige. His movies make billions of dollars.
Mine
I just
don't.
sit here and I
Our podcast definitely
I
don't
make
make billions of
$8.50 an
dollars.
hour. He sits there and makes thousands of dollars, probably millions of dollars a year.
Thousands, he's hundreds of dollars
Yeah,
every
he's
day.
hundreds of millions of dollars. He'll be a billionaire soon. I'd go to a movie where it was just Kevin Feige sitting in a chair for 3 hours.
Right, but I think by the time we get to Phase 8, Phase 9, that is what it's going to be. It's going to be the Kevin Feige hour. It's just going to be us watching.
Look, I'd watch it.
Yeah, of course we would, bro. We're about to watch Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It's going to make $1 billion.
Look, I'm gonna watch. Look, I'm not even excited about this Black Widow movie. I'm gonna watch it.
Bro, it's gonna make at least $500 million. We're just gonna have to sit there and take
700 not
Right.
at this point.
Honestly, all right. So let's jump into the next one. Next, we got another Disney Plus series, which is Loki. Loki will be following the Loki that we saw escape in Avengers Endgame in the alternate reality after the events of Avengers 2012. So Tom Hiddleston came up. He was very happy to be out there. Everyone was super excited, and he said, this Loki we're going to be following isn't a very happy man. The last thing that happened to him was he got Hulk smashed. So it's going to be a different Loki than what we saw in die in Infinity War. And so this is going to see him traveling through time, as we know. So I'm not super pumped about this. I need to see more. Give me a trailer. Like, show me some supporting characters that we're following, and then maybe I'll get more on board. But what are you guys thinking?
I think other than What If, I think this is the at least like most anticipated thing out of everything. I think not because of the character. I think the character is really good, but also like he's been in the MCU a lot. Like this is probably gonna be good, but it's also like we understand the character. Even if it's good, like we could watch something else that's new and different.
This show is for the stands.
Thank you,
know
Marcos.
this show is for the stands.
This is definitely for the
They're gonna
shills and the
carry this
stands
show
out there.
to a 8 season like.
This is gonna be this is gonna end up like a CW show. Like they just won't die.
This is
Like the bad
Supernatural.
ones. It'll be Supernatural. Or like it just won't.
This is
go
gonna be
away.
Supernatural.
But not
the
Arrow.
MCU.
Arrow died.
Arrow died a hero.
Okay,
all right?
too soon.
It died before it became the villain. God
Okay,
damn
well,
it.
wait. I mean, maybe we have to wait till Crisis to ask this question, but whose death is going to be a bigger hero moment? Iron Man's or Arrow's?
I think that's a debate for another day when me and Colin have our Super Crisis podcast.
When we do the Crisis episode.
Well, we're gonna do like a 2-hour-long Crisis podcast. But no, I mean I'm not super pumped for Loki. Show me some things. Like come on, show me some stuff. Then we can talk.
It's just like, why? I mean, like, I like Loki, yeah. But I was okay that his story ended in Infinity War. I didn't
See,
care.
my concern is Doctor Strange is May 7th, right? 2021. Loki comes around the same time, 2021. Then summer 2021 is what the next thing we'll get into is the What If animated series, which is definitely bottom on my list just because it's not live action. I'm excited for the premise, but it's not something that I'm like, oh yes, I need this. We don't know. Also, we know who's returning. We saw like the returning cast, and they got mostly everybody back at this point. Even Michael B. Jordan was on the damn list, so they're gonna be doing a What If Killmonger story. So I mean,
Chris Evans was on the list.
Yeah,
right?
I'm pretty sure
He's gonna be
most
back?
of the heavy because he's in one of the first
Evans
episodes with Peggy Carter and
Peggy's gonna take
she's
the
gonna
serum.
get the serum. That's the one we know of for sure. Is that and also Marvel Zombies was teased in the logo.
Oh, they better do Marvel Zombies.
Okay.
Do Marvel Zombies.
It's the only
Kevin
place
Feige.
they can do it because they're not going to do it in the mainstream.
I know you listen to this podcast. You texted me about it. Do it.
Yeah, Kevin.
Do Marvel Zombies.
All right, so I mean, any quick thoughts on What If? We didn't get a lot. Jeffrey Wright's going to be the Watcher, which is cool. I love his acting in the Hunger Games. He's in Westworld. So he's
what if
Like,
it's
they
good?
should do
What if
this,
it's
like,
bad?
They should do this like Tales of the Crypt. Like, he better be like up there before everything. And
like
give it
Jeffrey
a
Wright
second.
just walks out. It's just Jeffrey Wright.
They should like have a what
just-
if, like a story with
just give him
Kevin Feige. Like
Just Jeffrey Wright, but give him a big
what if
old paper mache head.
Perlmutter beat out Kevin Feige and is running the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
what would it be?
What
What
it
if
be like?
Zack Snyder did the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Oh God, what a whirlwind! All right, so
I'm gonna mention this. I'm gonna mention
Okay,
one little
okay.
thing. If you
Okay.
notice on the slate, I just noticed this. If you notice on the slate, right, how Loki, everything is like back and forth from Disney Plus and then from a movie, and then you look
Yes.
at Loki, and then What If they're like pretty close, right? I'm thinking right there, that's where Spider-Man goes. And he mentioned there's 11
Oh,
projects.
You're not wrong.
Spider-Man
There
is
are
getting put
three
in.
movies.
Spider-Man is gonna get put
There are
in.
3 movies. There are 3 Disney Plus things in a row.
Yeah.
In 2021, that would be 3 movies in 2021, but
Yeah.
guarantee they're pushing to 4 after this next year when they do 2. They're pushing to 4. They're 100%
You can
pushing
easily
to 4.
you can put Spider-Man right in July.
Right, because you got
Doctor
No, there's
February.
no doubt in my
'cause
mind
you
that
got
Sony,
February
'cause
to
Sony
May.
dictates
Yeah,
that.
you got February to May, which is like 2 months. Then you're jumping all the way to November. Not a chance. July, they're gonna put another July date, and it's gonna be
It's going to be
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. There's no doubt because Kevin Feige's definitely planned that out.
He already let it leak that there's 11 projects in phase 4, and he only revealed
And
10,
there's
and that's
only-
because
yeah.
Sony sets the release date, and they're going to set the release date
so he
for
couldn't
Spider-Man 3.
So he couldn't release it, and it's
They
going to be
normally
within 2
announce
years.
it, I think.
Right, Sony will announce it. Sony will go out of their way
Yeah.
to make a big deal out of there after it makes $1 billion because it'll cross billion in any day now.
Yeah, it's already at 900 billion
Yeah,
something.
by this next weekend, it'll hit $1 billion, and then it's just it's upon us. So absolutely,
and it's going to be Sony's going to be the hero. They're going to be like, we are.
here's what you want. Here's Spider-Man 3. Craven's going to be in it. They're going to do their whole thing.
Craven and Venom.
And Tom Hardy's in it. We know you. And everyone's like, no, boo.
Everyone's like, no, don't do it. And then Abbey Rod's going to come out and be like, yeah.
We did it. All right, so let's jump.
I'm still mad that the highest grossing Spider-Man, the lowest grossing Spider-Man movie is the best one.
Okay.
Well, Spider-Man
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
This is the best
Those
Spider-Man
bastards.
movie.
The second one will
I
make
think-
more money.
okay,
The
yeah,
second
yeah.
one will
Don't
absolutely
co-
make more money. I guarantee it. Just because of word of mouth, how good it was, and on
Don't-
like VOD,
don't come at
everybody's
me.
watching it.
Far From
VOD,
Home stands.
and it is better. Far From Home is not far off, but it's still Spider-Verse. So let's get into Hawkeye. This was pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited for Hawkeye, to be honest with you. and that's more so because he's setting up another major character that we'll get to see further in the phases in Kate Bishop, and who even Jeremy Renner came on stage and said she's the better Hawkeye. So I'm interested in Hawkeye, and it's based on Matt Fraction's run where he's like, he like owns an apartment building or something, and he starts training Kate Bishop. So I'm excited for this, guys.
Look, that's the only reason I'm excited for this is because it's going to be Kate Bishop. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Hawkeye more than I did, but look, it's just like same thing. Just give me new things, and this isn't a new thing, and so it's whatever. But it's going to be Kate Bishop, and she's going to be they're going to definitely progress her throughout the later phases in Marvel. So that makes it up for me, I think. And I don't know, the logo looks cool.
Yeah, the logo's dope. And the Kevin Feige confirmed that we're going to get some more Ronin stuff, which is exciting. We'll get some Brutal Murder, Clint Barton.
Nice.
And that'll be cool. Yeah, that'll be cool. I like to see some mass murders.
Don't give me hope.
I think it sounds cool. I think the fact that it's going to kind of be passing of the torch is probably going to be the main draw for the series, but
hopefully one and done. I don't want 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I don't want 4 seasons of will Kate Bishop pick it up now? Will she do it now?
She just doesn't like.
I don't think that's how this is going to work. I think
time,
this is going to be a movie. Like Kevin Feige's going to be like, this is a movie. You're making an 8-hour movie, and then you're done. Like, bye, Clint. See you later. Like, you're retired for sure now. You're gone. Like, we're over it.
Look, if Jeremy Renner's music isn't in this, if it's not the title, if it's not the intro, I'm gonna be mad.
I feel like I heard that idea somewhere. Did you pick that up from somewhere?
Yeah, I've seen that on Twitter.
Yeah, I think I've
seen that. But now you just got to do it.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, I mean, I think Kate Bishop's the draw here. I think that was my problem with the Loki series, is that they didn't tell me anything. Like, who's in the show? What are we dealing with? Like, give me some supporting cast, because like you give me Kate Bishop, I'm like, oh, like we're getting somebody here. We're getting a new character.
That was just a rumor that it was going to be Kate Bishop. I mean, obviously it's all rumors until it's confirmed, but I mean, then he comes out and says it's like, okay, now I'm actually more excited for a Hawkeye series because it's going to be Kate Bishop.
Give me what I want, and I think that's a lot of what a lot of people were dealing with when they came in with the next project, which was my winner. This is 100% my winner of it. Like, screw Doctor Strange. This is it. And that is Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, come on, no, come on, bro. They got Natalie Portman to come back, and they're gonna give her something to do. Come on, they can't pull that off without like an incredible like script and like pitch. Like, come on.
I can't believe that she's actually gonna do something in this movie.
Bro, she's gonna wield the hammer. They got Natalie Portman back. She hated these movies more than anything in the world, and she was awful in them.
Yeah, she was. Someone actually like trying to push. Like, no, people were fans of her. I'm like, what are you talking about? No one liked her.
Look,
but I think the fact that it's like Waititi,
the ether is fluid and ever changing, but her acting was not.
The movies.
All I'm saying is, look, there's 3 solo Thor movies. One's bad. And one's great.
And one is Thor:
not the one that's great.
And one is Thor: The Dark World.
That's true. As soon as they kind of yeeted her out of the franchise,
right? But
the franchise got 10 times better.
I think Darcy and her weird boyfriend, whatever the fuck that was way worse. That was 10 times worse.
Please no Darcy. Please no Darcy.
Yeah. Maybe
I saw someone on Twitter. Someone on Twitter suggested that Valkyrie, because Tessa Thompson came out on stage and said that she's looking for her queen, that it should be Darcy. I was like, no, thank you.
It should be Natalie Portman. It should be
2 broke girls. I don't need 2 broke.
Should be Jane Foster.
They're gonna find her at a cupcake shop on ABC.
Oh no.
Right, so,
yeah, I guess it was one of the most.
What a strange title. Like, it makes sense.
I love it. I think
it makes sense, but what a strange title.
I think the problem is like Thor Ragnarok was already titled when they gave it to Taika because it was so far beyond. So this one, I think he's written this script. I don't think because what's indicative of this phase is like he's giving creators like their movies. Like, I guarantee
there's no
they're
war
playing.
now.
Love and Thunder was not originally on the Phase 4 slate when Kevin Feige wrote it out. But Taika Waititi said, I want to come back. Hemsworth said, I want to come back. Feige was like, yeah, come back. Everyone loved Ragnarok. Let's do another one.
He's like, oh, Ragnarok did great and everyone loves Thor?
Yeah. I'm not an idiot.
That could make $1 billion.
I'm not an idiot. I'm going to do it. So he gave him the pitch, and then Taika's like, I'm calling it Love and Thunder. And everyone's like, yes, okay, sure.
And the logo for that one is just...
Oh, it's so metal.
It's better than Ragnarok, and I love
metal.
Ragnarok, man.
Oh God, I'm just so pumped for this movie because like I think this will be Ragnarok to another level. I think it'll be like he'll be able to put like bigger things on stage, and I'm insanely interested.
I don't think he'll be Fat Thor because
I think
it'll be just him this whole movie. Because
maybe he'll be like medium.
Chris Hemsworth will want to wear a fat.
I think he'll have lost a little weight. I don't think he'll be full like like full on badass from Infinity War, but I think he'll slim down a bit. And that's character growth in the way that he's overcoming his traumas, which is
Exactly.
It's character development.
There we go.
I know somebody will get mad at that and say it's fat shaming. They made him not fat anymore.
It's called character development.
It's just exactly.
Okay, so
Like
then
when people were mad that he became fat and depressed, like, come on. I think I would be pretty depressed if I almost killed the guy that killed half the universe, but I fucked up.
So after I think Black Widow was the last panel part they did, because they did all the Slate movies and then they did Black Widow because it's the most recent thing coming out. And then we were, Marcos and myself were on Twitter and we were following the whole thing along. And then we heard that, Kevin Feige mentioned Fantastic Four, he mentioned Mutants, he mentioned Black Panther 2, he mentioned Captain Marvel 2, and everyone was like, yes, Guardians 3. He was like, everyone was like, yes. Then he said, I got one last surprise for you. And everyone was like, huh? And then all I see on Twitter, because I'm refreshing my Twitter feed, is all caps Mahershala Ali. And in my head, they hadn't said what he's doing yet. And in my head, I was like going through 1,000 different things he could be doing. So
what was your first thought?
I thought, because the tweet before was like Fantastic Four, so I was like, are they bringing out him as Reed Richards? Like, I was like, oh my god, like what are they doing right now? Because it was updating so quickly, people were scrambling to try to get it on social media, and then I think 3 messages later, it's just like Blade, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, they did not just announce...
I did not.
They did not just announce Blade with Mahershala Ali in Hall H. Like,
Did you ever think they would announce Blade
hell
in
no.
Hall H before they announced Fantastic Four?
Everyone's been talking about Blade because...
Dude, everyone wants Blade.
Right, oh, sure, everyone wants Blade, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but like that's like a... To me, like, with what they're doing, I'm like, that's a Hulu series. Like, give some rando, unknown actor, Blade on Hulu. Okay, sure.
That's more than fine with
right,
me.
but when I
Do it on
learned
Disney Plus.
But when I learned the story that Mahershala Ali calls up Kevin Feige and says, "Hey, come meet with me," Kevin Feige's like, "Yeah, I'm going to meet with you. You're Mahershala Ali. I'm not an idiot." And then he sits down with him.
He's like, "Hey, you were already in a Marvel property, but okay."
Yeah, he's like, "No, you know what happened is
No,
he
he has
walked in.
no
he
clue
walked.
what
No, he walked
Daredevil
in and
is.
said, I was in
And
Luke
Luke
Cage.
Cage.
I was in Luke Cage, but does that matter?" And Kevin's like, "What the hell's Luke Cage? I don't know.
It's exactly what it is. He's like, "Does that matter?" Kevin Feige was like, "Nah, fuck that shit.
I don't even know what that is."
I need you.
So
I need you.
But then they're meeting, and apparently, from the reports, is that it was a casual conversation, and then Mahershala was like, "I'm cutting right to the chase. I want to do Blade," and then Kevin's like, "Yeah, I'm not an idiot. Go ahead. You're gonna do it." Like, come on.
He's like, "Shit, I don't have that one planned out either." Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay, Mahershala
Right.
Ali.
There's no there's no director attached. There's no script. There's no nothing as far as we know.
Just an actor.
Because this has all come together since the Oscars. Because this was Mahershala went to meet with him right after the Oscars this past year when he won for Green Book, and it was like when
Best
I read
Picture.
that, I was like, the balls on these people to say. And I mean, Mahershala is one of the best living actors right now. He's incredible, and he goes up and says, "I want to do Blade, me." And like Kevin Feige, like I said,
That's so wild. That's how
He's
wild.
not
Like
an
Oscar
idiot.
winners are out here. Like, I want to be Blade. Like, that's so wild to me. This Oscar winning
they
actor.
said,
is
"I
just
want to
like,
be Blade." Bro, do you know, like what Wesley Snipes had people had to deal with Wesley Snipes like back in the day, like all the stuff that's come out about his nonsense. It's like
about Blade
right,
Trinity,
just like
especially.
the three Blade movies, especially Trinity, how bad he was, and how the CGI eyes on him because he refused to open his eyes in that one scene. And then at this point, like that just seems like a dead franchise. Like nobody wants to touch it. It's like the third one was horrible. Nobody liked it. They made a crap TV show, and then a 2-time Academy Award winner walks into your office and says, "I want to do it." And
he picks Blade of all. Like, you just got the two of the
he could be-
two of the biggest Marvel
he'd walked
properties
in and
back,
said,
and like that's
I want to be Professor Xavier. I want to be Magneto. I want to be Franklin Richards or Reed Richards. He could be any of that. He could have done any of that. He
could. No doubt in my mind, Kevin Feige would have just been like, yes.
He picked
to
Blade.
anything
He
this
picked
guy
Blade.
wanted. I love it. I love it.
Marcos, what are your thoughts?
When I was like looking at his social media, I was really surprised. But I think like it's perfect casting. I think the fact. I mean,
100%,
he's never been in
100%.
any Marvel property ever, so it's fine.
Not one that I
Um,
recognize.
Yeah. I don't know.
I do because he was
Who
very.
should-
He was very good in it.
Luke
He
Cage
was
season
he was
one.
the best villain
Yeah,
in
he
that
was
show.
great. But
And
then
I
he
remember
died
when,
and they
when
wasted
he
him,
when he
so-
died, how mad I was.
I'm gonna acknowledge that
Because,
presence because that was great.
What was the other guy's
Yeah,
Diamondback? Was that the other villain? He was horrible.
Diamondback.
He was a
Yeah, he was
joke.
horrible. But Cottonmouth was so good.
Oh, he's so
He's so
good,
good.
dude. God.
Yeah, I think Distant News is.
The only thing I do ask of Kevin Feige though is if they do just disregard the Netflix
we need a
series,
rated R.
please bring back Charlie Cox. That's all I ask for.
Please, that's all. That's all I care about.
Just retcon it
Literally.
and bring him in.
I need more Daredevil in my life.
Please.
I need a Daredevil movie. Please give me a Daredevil movie.
Please. I'll watch
Just
it.
have
I'll
him
watch it so
back,
hard.
please.
Come on, he's a movie actor. He can be a movie actor. Like he's not like the people off of Shield. Okay, he's a real movie actor. He's a real guy. He was on like Downton Abbey or something.
Yes, Downtown Abbey. You're only bringing that up because that was mentioned in our group chat.
Well, I remember that he was on it. I think he was Downton Abbey, so he was
He
on
was
that
in
show.
Stardust. That's a big
Yeah,
movie,
he
you
was in
know?
Stardust. Yeah, come on, like 15 years ago.
Look, he could do it. He could carry a movie.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh
ask a
my.
question.
Absolutely
Okay,
good. Okay.
if since it's gonna be a movie, it's gonna be in the MCU, obviously. Do we need this to be rated R?
Blade?
Yeah.
I would like it to be, yeah.
No, I don't think you have to.
I don't think you have
do
to.
rated R.
You don't have to. It
You
doesn't.
don't
there's
have
no
to.
need.
I think that
I would
be
prefer it be R,
best.
just because
Yeah.
it would still make money, and I feel it would be fine. I don't think they need to though. It's not a necessary thing.
No, now and especially now's the time where you can make an R-rated movie. Like you don't need to prove your franchise
No,
anymore.
and if they're pumping out
you
4
don't
movies,
you don't need a movie to make $1
if
billion.
they're pumping out 4 movies a year, and they throw out a Spider-Man movie, a Fantastic Four movie, a Captain or Black Panther, and a Captain Marvel movie, like if they put a rated R Blade in there, that's fine. It's gonna be lower budget. It's not gonna be on the scale of the other movies. Let it be rated R.
No.
Let it make a slightly less more money, but like it would be critically well received. People would love it. It would bring a new audience in where people, there's so many people out there who would love that fantasy BS with all the vampires and fairies and all that nonsense. So let them have their Blade. let them come in with Blade and get excited, get into the MCU and into this new phase. And come on, Mahershala Ali out there running around killing vampires. I'm so in.
I'm down. Look, when it was the one more surprise, even though he'd already said Fantastic Four, even though I wasn't watching the live stream, I was like, fuck, it's gotta be. I was like, this man has to do it. He's gotta do it. He's announcing Fantastic Four. I was like, there's no doubt in my mind, we're getting a Fantastic Four announcement.
Well, that's what I thought what Mahershala was doing. I thought he was going to be part of the Fantastic Four, but they're just the big surprises when an actor says, I want to do this, I'm going to do it, and it's like, holy crap, like we're getting Mahershala Ali as Blade.
Yeah, Oscar winners want to be in fucking Marvel.
Angelina Jolie and
DC.
Salma Hayek are in Eternals. What the hell is Eternals, Colin? Jeez.
I'm so happy.
I know.
We are blessed.
Bro,
we were fed well.
It's gonna be like this every year. Like every couple years, it's gonna be the same thing.
Every
we
phase,
die.
every new announcement, we're just gonna be like blessed.
We're gonna do a
Blessed.
podcast every time, just yammering on about how happy we are. There's some DC shill out there. Listen to this.
Imagine being a DC shill.
I'm right
now.
here.
Imagine being a DC show.
The Batman, Birds of Prey,
Marvel.
Aquaman 2, The Trench. What about The Trench?
Marvel
Bro,
fans just
don't
over
hate
here
on
are
that.
eating
You
good.
know that's
Listen,
gonna be
listen.
amazing.
I'm so pumped for Wonder Woman. I'm really excited for Birds of Prey. I'm in it for Batman. I really think Robert Pattinson could do well. But come on,
Suicide
dude.
Squad.
This is like the epitome of everything I've ever wanted.
You know
in
what's
my
bad?
life.
When there's literally a Batman movie coming out, and I don't ever think of that, but I'm sitting here thinking about Shang-Chi. I think about Shang-Chi more than I think about the Batman. How embarrassing is that?
Dude, well, to be fair, if the Batman subtitle was The Legend of the Ten Rings, I'd also be pretty excited for the Batman.
Okay.
All right, so
I mean, crossover?
Crossover? Let's go.
So we can.
Okay, but this
I
is
guess
this is the main event, right?
Yeah. Marcos wants to talk about the DC Universe panel.
DC Universe.
We did get one great piece of news, which I am so pumped about.
Exactly.
So I'll let you intro that, Marcos.
So yes, we got the DC Universe panel right after Marvel Studios, which is great because we had nonstop writing and our fingers hurt. It was great, honestly. But the big piece of
How many
news
people do you think left the hall?
No one left Hall H for it. They all went to DC Universe at first. They
They all
knew
ran
that's
right
the
to
best
DC
one.
People were lined up for DC Universe, not Marvel.
Bro,
Marvel was
there
just
were more
like
people at the
a
CW
cherry
panel
on
than the
top.
DC Universe panel, and you know it.
Can we just let's get into it, okay? Let's
Okay?
not
I told you to
spill
intro it,
facts
and
into
you're
this.
wasting your time.
I'm sorry, that was me. That was my fault.
Okay, so they announced the second season for Doom Patrol. It's been a while. This should have been announced a while back, but for some reason they held it until now. We also reported like a while back that they're gonna begin production on November.
You
And,
mean
I think it's November 11th.
I reported
You reported it, whatever. Cool.
I won't
Bro,
toot my own
okay.
horn, but
Okay, sure. Other than that, they didn't, post any of the Titans trailer or the or there was no cast at the San Diego Comic-Con either. That was because of the crew member that passed away in an accident, the stunt accident, which is very unfortunate. But of course, we didn't really see the trailer. They did show a teaser. They showed a 30-second teaser, and some images did leak. I don't know how. I don't know how they didn't just leak the whole thing, but okay. We did get our first look at Aqualad and Deathstroke. But what do you think, Jackson? And Colin, you're both shills, right?
I mean, listen, I'm all
Look,
into this.
I'm a Doom Patrol shill. I'll give you that
Listen,
one. I'm a Doom Patrol
huge
shill.
into the DC universe. We obviously we review Swamp Thing every week on this very channel, and we're gonna do the same for Titans. My concern, it's not much as a concern. Doom Patrol, I'm super excited about. It's coming back. I'm so pumped. I love that show. Deathstroke doesn't look very good to me. It was a still image, of course. It was grainy. It wasn't a very good look. I need a real official look. But it looked weird, and I'm gonna say it. Manu Bennett's looked better.
That's actually not a factual statement there.
It's my opinion.
Okay. Colin, what do you think?
Look, man, I was so excited that we got to do like the Marvel panel was great, and then just the cherry on top was that Doom Patrol season 2 got announced for me. I was like, thank God. I was so nervous. He canceled Swamp Thing, and I know why they canceled Swamp Thing. And maybe the thing is suffering. I don't know the numbers on DCU, but I mean, I was just so nervous because Titans is getting into season 2, obviously, but we don't know if it's gonna be season 3, but. Doom Patrol, I was just I don't care if Titans gets another season. I care about if Doom Patrol gets another season. They could have canceled Titans season 2 midway, if they had to protect Doom Patrol. That was the most amazing thing to me. I love it. I'm so glad. I hope we get some more heroes in the Doom Patrol this next season.
I think we'll definitely get a couple newbies. I know we're getting Dorothy Spinner, and they'll probably cast an actress for that soon, since they're starting production in November, as I reported.
Yep. If there's new characters, we'll report it first.
Oh yeah, we'll be there. Turn notifications.
They just released another Old Town Road remake.
Oh, who's on this one?
Is it Doom Patrol? Hold up.
It's the cast. Is it Brendan Fraser?
It's Brendan Fraser.
So
Namjoon. I don't know who this guy is.
Okay, so I think in terms of the stuff that they showed. Oh wow. I think in terms of the stuff that they showed for Titans, I think, as you said, Deathstroke looks kind of weird, and we need a better image. But I do think Aqualad looks so good. It was just an image of a flashback. Surprisingly
the OG
well
Titans
done.
look really good.
Yep, that was surprisingly well done. But other than that, what else did we get? Oh, Young Justice season 4.
Yeah, it was renewed for season 4. I did like season 3, and I fell off, which is really disappointing. I'll probably try to catch up. Soon,
I kind of have that same feeling.
I've fallen off. It's not what it used to be, and I'm really disappointed in that. But it's a bummer.
The second half is a lot better, but it's also not to the level of season 2. Which is
the first half
high.
Was rough. It was very rough. It was way too much stuff going on.
Yes. Other than that, they showed I believe the first 2 episodes for Harley Quinn, which
they did, which got good reviews. It got good reviews as far as we know.
Yeah. Hopefully
I'm
we'll
excited for it
soon.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm ready. I'm the trailer. They re-released a trailer which I didn't really like because it was like a music video, like a weird
it was
music
just
montage. It wasn't very narratively, but DC animation is one of my favorite things out there. I love their animation side, so I'm interested in that as well.
Yep, and I think that's pretty much it for DC Universe. If there's anything more, you can.
There's a lot of random stuff coming out from other panels, like Star Trek, but we're not massive fans of Star Trek here. Yeah. And just other things, various things that we might cover as the weeks go on, but I think we hit mostly everything.
I think we did.
All right, well, I guess we can just wrap it up here. Marcos, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at BusyGamer9.
Okay, Colin, you want to plug yourself again?
You can find me on Twitter at Colin Sessner or at Full Circle Sydney.
See, there you go. Marcos, you should have said it.
Okay.
But so as Colin said, you can follow the page on Twitter. You can follow us at FullCircleCinema.com for all our great updates. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, like, comment, do all those things. Like I said earlier, I'll explain the Jacob joke. It's a really good story, I promise. It's
actually really good.
It's a very good story. It's a very good story. So if you do comment, I will tell you the story. And you can follow me on Twitter at JacksonHayes67, and we'll be back hopefully next week. We'll definitely have an episode of Swamp Thing
Hopefully we'll have a surprise
later this week, and then we're hoping trying to lock something down for the finale, and we'll see about that. But yeah, we'll catch you guys later.